Good afternoon, Philippines, and welcome to the beautiful campus of FEU Diliman as ABS-CBN Sports is proud to bring you their exclusive coverage of UAAP Season 77 Men's Football Competition. And we have a very interesting match up here today for the second match of today. This is going to be against the DLSU Green Archers going up against the new kids on the block, the Adamson Falcons. I'm TJ Manotok. I'll be joined by Tata Garcia Long. And Tata, we have a new kid on the block again after what, 10 years of absence for Adamson going up against Salle, and very interesting match that we have today. But first, let's talk about Tata, how we got here today. We have some interesting results over the weekend. First of all, let's take a look at what happened to Salle as they went up against UP in their first match, and what an interesting game that was for them.
Exactly. They both pretty much scored in the middle of the entire 90 minutes, but Coach Hans said that a lot of things should not have happened, but it's a football game, the ball is round, anything's possible.
Well, he was particularly happy that they had better control of the match in the second half, but of course he would have wished that they had full control of the whole match. But it was a 1-1 draw for UP and Salle. A big blowout of a win for Ateneo against UE. That's interesting as well because Ateneo is coming back with from last year's last place finish.
Yes, last place, and they were able to sneak in that 4 goals, one of which was given by Liai, who has come back from a year of not being present in Ateneo.
And of course you want to look at that scoreline between NU and Adamson. The first game for this team that is very, very new, and they were able to pretty much hold off NU until like the 84th minute, correct?
Yes.
That, what, 1-0 loss?
And it's nice to see how, despite the fact that they have 13 or so rookies in their team, they were able to hold that.
And we're looking right now at the current team standings. No surprise, FU at top there as they won their last game just before this one against UE. So that's where the teams look at right now. And Tata, let's look at as well a closer look now for Salle and see how this team is built this year. We had an interesting chat with Coach Hans Smith. Always interesting to talk to Coach Hans Smith, and he's still at the helm for Salle. And there you have some really very experienced players that they're going to look forward to for this particular game. Who are these? Some of these guys we're going to look forward to, Tata.
One of them would be Nate Alcaraz. We have Montelibano and De Guzman, and 3 of the 4 are actually veterans in this game and have led Salle in a very good start.
All right, and we were able to catch up as well with Nate Alcaraz to talk about their start here in UAAP Season 77. Let's listen into that.
Last season was a pretty hard season for me personally because I missed half of the season due to my hamstring injury. We had the problem of getting goals, and that's what made us come up short, just reach 4th place. So yeah, that was what we lacked last year, and we hope to improve on that and do better for the next season. Well, this year I expect that we'll, of course, win the title. I mean, we have the capability, we have the players that we need in order to win. I mean, we lost also some good players, but then we were able to recover with better players. So I expect that we can win this title, especially since we've been practicing well. We've been practicing our offense more precisely since we lacked getting goals last year. And getting goals is what's going to make us win the title this year. So we just have to play with our heart and mind, and I think we can win this year.
All right, that was Nate Alcaraz of Salle. Very confident bunch. I mean, they do believe they have the material, the experience to contend for a title. Your thoughts on how confident Salle is coming in this year?
It's very good to know that they're going to make the right adjustments. It's nice to see that they have a coach to lead them the right way, and I'm excited to see how this season's going to level out and see how all of them are going to compete against each other.
Right, well, they had a good start. Coach Hans got the draw for his first game. He's happy with that, but of course he wants more. And now we're talking about this new team on the block, which everybody in the UAAP, of course, we want to take a good look at. Where did they come from? You know, it's not easy to build a team from nothing, from nowhere. Get a coach as well from outside of the school, and they're going to be coached by Coach Nolan Manito, who had 17 years of coaching experience with Southridge. And in fact, we talked to him earlier, Tata, a bunch of these guys in Salle were his former players.
Yes, and he said that the fact that he knows some of these players and knows the players they're going to be going against is a huge plus for Adamson.
So if you're curious to find out where these players are from, these players of Adamson, here are some of the key players to look out for today. It's a familiar last name, and that's because he is the brother of FEU's Janja Melisa. This is Christian Melisa. He is going to be playing up top as well for Adamson. And here are the other notable players for Adamson. And when we talked to coach as well, he was very happy with this performance of his goalkeeper. He was very key in the performance against NU, and we also got a chance to chat with Viray, and here it is.
Yung naging game namin, okay lang naman po. Tsaka naka-adjust kami ng mabuti. Especially, first game namin yun against NU. Hindi namin expect na naging 1-0 lang. Kasi in-expect talaga namin na bagong team kami. Tsaka akala namin tampak, pero nagawa namin yung dapat namin gawin. Tsaka na-perform namin ng maayos. Yung dapat namin i-perform, tsaka yung tinuro ng coach namin. Para sa akin po, ang pinaka-idol ko po na goalkeeper as si Iker Casellas. Kasi po, every time na nasa game siya, he's very humble, hindi siya mayabang pagdating sa field, hindi siya kinakabahan, palagi siyang focus sa game. Makakalabi namin ngayon yung De La Salle University. Expectation namin sa kanila, physical players sila lahat. So, expect din nila sa amin na physical din kami.
That was Carl Viray there, goalkeeper for the Adamson Falcons, the newest kid on the block here in UAAP men's football. Tata, we were talking about them before the match. 10-year absence, quite some time ago.
Exactly, and I think, you know, they come into this league thinking they're going to be difficult to start with, but they've actually shown a great deal of confidence if they start off with just a 1-0 match.
Absolutely, and Coach Nolan was saying that he's happy that they had quite a number of games under their belt. They played about 20 games in terms of a mixture of the uni games and some friendly matches as well. And although he wished there were more, but he was saying that given that they had only 20 and that's the way they were able to perform in the first match, he's quite satisfied. And here's the look at the lineup. We have twins on this lineup,
yes,
and they are named exactly the same except for the last character.
So for reference purposes, we will call one Bless and the other one Brian.
Yes, from what Coach Nolan told us, Bless is number 10 and Brian is number 12. But they're both named Bless, Brian, Humo, and one is just Humo 1 and one is Humo the 2nd. And they're from Ginoog, Mindanao, and all the way from Mindanao. Likewise, Viray is also, I think, from Ginoog, Mindanao. So very far-reaching itong recruitment program din ng Adamson. Very short, of course. I didn't have much time to put this team together. He said 90% are rookies. I mean, have you ever seen a team, Tata, that's that young with that many rookies?
Well, interestingly to know that Ateneo also has a 90%.
Oh my goodness!
Of
wow,
rookies.
this year, this
yes,
season.
This
Wow,
year.
okay.
8 graduated from last year.
Wow, okay, and well, they had a good start this season, and they've always had a good program. Remember, they were the champions in season 75 before losing some key players and ending last in season 76. But here we go, kickoff now. Here at the FEU Diliman campus, a beautiful campus here. If you've never been here, this is in Fairview, and it's made with turf. So this is artificial grass, and we talked to Coach Nolan about it, and he says that they're ready to play any surface whatsoever, even though they're not playing on this kind of surface on a daily basis.
They also mentioned, or Coach Nolan mentioned rather, that they began just creating this team June is when they started playing together.
Well, Coach Hans did tell us they're going to start with a 4-1-4-1 formation here. And interestingly enough, don't get surprised if the second four up top, he's got there Gio Diamante, Gonzalez, Montelibuno, and Alquiros. They're going to mix it up. They're going to be bouncing back from left to right to middle. So it's going to confuse the opponents. Hopefully not confuse them
yes.
in terms of what their roles are. As we see Adamson try to get the ball back here, but so far, Salle has been in control of the possession. To the left flank now, this is Alquiros. Now he's on the left side, crossing it in. And nobody there for La Salle. But it's going to be a corner kick as it was kicked out by Ortiz of Adamson. Alquiros there wearing jersey number 10. He will take this corner kick. He's a lefty.
Everyone's coming from outside of the penalty box.
Almost a shot there, just could not control. And we have a goal. Wow. No Adamson defender was able to get the first bounce off and clear that ball.
So 19, we have Yumas.
That's the Yumas. He came from all the way from the back. So everybody was moved up front. Here's a better angle.
So what happens is when you do a corner kick or any cross, when you ramble in front of the goal, you really have to take your man, and that's how Layumas...
He was unmarked.
Yes.
He was totally unmarked there. Layumas was all alone. Seemed like even a pass, not even a ricochet. You know, it didn't seem like a deflection, but that's the first goal of the match for LaSalle. I'm sure Coach Hans will be happy with that, with the aggressive start of the Green Archers, or the Green Booters, as they call them in LaSalle. Here's Adamson trying to keep control. This is Homo. That's Brian Homo, number 12. And his brother, Bless, wearing number 10. That was De La Cruz on the left side. And it's cleared out by Yap.
Great weather today here in FU Diliman.
I was about to say, the temperature's just right, a nice little breeze. Not too breezy. Sometimes it can get too breezy here, that there's actually a wind factor.
Yes.
Especially in January and February when it does get cold as well. It gets cool up here in Fairview.
So we have two opposites here, veterans versus rookies.
I know, a very young team and a very experienced team. But nonetheless, it doesn't mean that they're all inexperienced. They have a very experienced coach. I mean, Coach Nolan, 17 years with the Southridge program. They've produced so many good football players that have come out of that high school down south.
That was shut down.
LaSalle trying to advance the ball here, swinging it to the left side to Layumas. Up ahead now to Diamante, who's now playing on the left. So that's how fast they are in shifting this second line. As Humo, Brian Humo, tried to chip it ahead. It was denied. Here's Espina. Layumas resting for that ball. There's a foul. It'll be on Layumas. So free kick here for Adamson. Already 4 minutes gone by. Already a goal for LaSalle, courtesy of Layumas from the corner kick. It looks like Adamson's going to try to put some targets in the box already for this free kick. Straight into the box, cleared by LaSalle. Brian Humo trying to wrestle control here. Oh, not a good clearance by LaSalle. But then Etis found traffic there as he tried to get loose near the box of LaSalle. De La Cruz now, looking ahead. He had Christian Meliza ahead, but that was blocked. Here's LaSalle now.
There's a foul.
That's Borromeo who draws that foul. It's a good job for LaSalle, their first test of their defense with that free kick. And some activity by Adamson to try to attack.
It's great to see attacks from both sides, though. Always nice to know that both teams are contending each other well.
And playing both ways. Neither team is just content to just sit back and defend and look for, trying to counter with long balls. The right flank here, LaSalle losing that ball. Adamson trying to clear it out. LaSalle pulls back, trying to set things up again. And if there's anybody who's confused with the second line of Coach Hans Smith that keeps moving back and forth, it's me. Because he did promise us that Diamante, Gonzalez, Montalivo, and Alquiros will keep moving around. And from our vantage point, it's a little bit more challenging to distinguish who is who.
And that is exactly his purpose for this.
That's his point.
So that the opponent will never get used to just one player going up and down the field.
And I did tell him, Coach, you're also going to confuse the anchors because I don't care. That's the point. He wants to confuse the opponents. Here's Alquiros now, gathering that long ball from Adamson. Brian Humo ahead to Meliza, the keeper, coming out here. De Guzman gathering this one. Brian De Guzman from Cebu. One of the reliable veterans as well of Coach Hans Smith. Oh, not a good clearance there by Ortinez. And this is Diamante who took it away from him. A shot here by, wow, what a shot, what a save. That was Gonzalez there with a shot. Gorgeous volley there by Gonzalez. Not easy, that's one of the hardest strikes actually in football.
Yes, Viray blocked that perfectly. Good timing.
Well read by Red. Check this out on replay, you'll appreciate this even more. Up in the air, Gonzalez takes a really strong shot. Wow.
He read that perfectly in the top corner.
Yep, beautiful dive by the keeper, Viray, who was a busy man against NU. Almost saved the day to hold off, at least for a draw, but he gave up a penalty. Here's a corner kick by Salle. And that was Borromeo, tried to head it in, but it was weak. Salle gathers again. Now Alquiros is on the right side.
Amazing control.
He's been everywhere. But Humo, this is Bless Humo, takes it away.
The secret to good defense is you get low so that you're protecting and hovering over the ball. And even when you're on attack, you somewhat do that still. You still have to protect the ball.
Protect the ball. So Adamson taking the ball away here again. We have a call here. Is it offsides? Or is it a foul?
I think it is a foul.
So far, you've seen Adamson trying to attack quickly. They're not, you know, when they've gotten the ball, Tata, they're not
They don't
just...
go side to side.
Yeah, they're not going side to side too much. They're really looking forward. The right side now. Here's Montelibo now on the left side. Trying to attack the left flank. He's bigger than Alquiros, so something for the defenders of Adams to get adjusted to as well as they keep shifting this front line to the middle, to Gonzalez, back to Borromeo. And that was Nieras, could not control, but it's back to the right side to Alquiros. To the middle there, 1-2, back to Alquiros. Too strong though, they had the right thing in mind. How's the spacing for Salle? What are you seeing so far, Tata?
They're spread out. It's what's great about Coach Hans's envisionment is that they all pretty much maintain a triangle where they can actually rotate. They don't just maintain in their said position. So you find Alcaraz on the right side, then you'll find him in the center. But his teammates are constantly supporting him at the same time.
It's not always alone, even though they're trying to cut back to the middle. He does have some support there. So long ball there out of bounds off Christian Meliza. He's the younger brother of John Meliza, one of the star players of FEU. We did ask Coach Nolan why he chose to go to Adamson instead of going with his brother. And
mabait daw yung coach.
Ng Adamson, sabi niya. And here's the keeper of Adamson coming out, Viray.
Quite brave.
Yeah, pretty brave choice to come out there, even though he did have a pair of defenders who were still there anyways. Here's Humo. This is Brian Humo.
Too many white people
in the middle.
Clumped together.
Yeah, in the middle. No? So their spacing is not so well spaced out yet to be able to advance that ball. But the Humos have been active in the middle, the brothers, the twin brothers, Brian and Bless. Salle moving the ball around here in the backside.
Great 1-2 play, but just caught off guard.
Back to Leyumas, trying to advance it again. Finding Borromeo in the middle. Well, that's Gonzalez, rather.
Great ball movement from Salle.
With patience by Salle. Back to Brago and then Leyumas.
Yes, checking their options constantly.
These four guys just swinging it back and forth. Swinging to the other side now. It's Borromeo swings it to the right side where Alquiros is there. Looking ahead. Chips it over. Looking for Diamante.
Diamante cut perfectly, but was just beaten to it.
They retain possession though. Throw in. Alquiros crosses in the middle. He had two green shirts in the box. Borromeo trying to control that ball. As Adamson will be the last touch here as it goes out of bounds for another throw in for Salle. Back to Borromeo in the middle. And Leyumas cuts inside. Looking for some friends. Oh, almost found Diamante there in the middle. Skipped it back. Back to the right side now. You've got Gio Diamante now. They also have a pair of brothers. They're not twins though. But this is the famous Jello and Gio Diamante brothers of Salle.
I wonder if brothers ever have that connection that actually makes them.
I think the twins do.
More advantageous.
Yeah, I think twins
to others.
do. I mean, well, this is tennis, but I spoke to, I once interviewed the twin brothers of the Perkins, and they play doubles, and they say, we know exactly where our brother is. Like, wow, it's inborn, inborn GPS. It's like mental telepathy. They do know, the twins at least. I'm not sure about brothers. Here's Salle looking for a long ball here. Up ahead, they're looking for Diamante. That's Gio or Jello Diamante. Trying to retain control. As Adamson as well is trying to clear this one out. But it's one thing to just clear it out. It's another thing to clear it with purpose, right? That to try to get an attack.
You always have to have foresight, so know where your teammates are.
What you want to avoid is some defenders just panicking and just clearing it out for the heck of it, just to get out of trouble. But it's another thing to have the presence of mind and composure to look ahead to some teammates in the middle or in the flanks to see what you can build upon. So we got a free kick here, just about at midfield. So Adamson's going to take a long one here. They're going to chip this one all the way to the box, and that's easily gathered by De Guzman for Salle. And he kicks it right out to nobody. Goes back to Adamson.
And this is what we're saying. Yes, they're not moving side to side and building up a play. It's just going forward and losing the ball.
You're talking about Adamson.
Yes.
Yeah. So in contrast, we've seen Salle with some very patient attack.
You see more possession on their side.
Here's Borromeo off to the right side. It's Nieras. Back to the middle. Alquiros looking up ahead. He finds Gonzalez. Throw in for Salle.
Sabi ni Coach Hans, minsan umaakyat din yung right defenders or left defenders niya.
Right. Which is what happened with Layumas. He scored the goal on the corner kick there.
Yung term ata is unpredictable.
Unpredictable. He did brand his team as such. It's the ever colorful. I think it's an understatement, but the ever colorful Coach Hans Smith. Philippine football would not be the same without him. Here's Salle moving the ball back to the right side.
Ito yung build-up na sinasabi natin.
Nieras looking up ahead now as he finds Montelibano. Nieras crossing to the middle. Not a good clearance by Adamson, and Viray had to clean up. Viray's been an active man today, has given up 1 goal. But more than that, he's had to come out a few times. So Adamson backtracks here to try to retain possession. To the middle here to to Homo. That was Brian Homo. And he's been all over the place. Both brothers actually, Bless and Brian. Back to the middle for Salle. He can't control. Adamson again, instead of just trying to keep control of the ball first, trying to look ahead. I mean, they do have a talented forward there, the brother of Jan Meliza. It's Christian Meliza.
This reminds me of FEU long ago when I played against them, and they were a group of runners that FEU started with long ago, women's. And Sipa Takbo.
Sipa Takbo, that's what they were called. And if you are fast, you can't get advantage against your opponents if you're faster than them. But football's not always just that. It's a lot of skill and passing too. Here's a long shot by Borromeo, headed up by Ortinez and gathered by Viray. Viray's long kick ahead, looking for Meliza, and that was headed out by Salle. Kept in play by De La Cruz for Adamson. And not too many white shirts inside, and that was Espino. The 2 guys ahead for Adamson. It's Meliza and Espino are the target men. And Salle doesn't seem to panic as well. When Adamson's attack comes in, they just back up and they're patiently taking their spaces and guarding their men.
It's always also important to note that you have to communicate well with your goalkeeper.
Yep. And amongst themselves, I can imagine how that 4 on the front keep changing. You gotta communicate. Dito ka, dito
Kaninong tao.
Yeah, exactly. No, because it's gonna affect the defense as well when you backtrack. I mean, it's one thing to attack with a different, alignment of the top 4, and when you instantly you lose the ball, how do you back up, right, and become that first line of defense? And Adamson losing the ball there, out of bounds, inbound for Salle. Throw in here. Here's Layumas, a goal scorer, scored in the 2nd minute of this match. Borromeo, get to Gonzalez, sending it back, but not to a teammate. Unfortunately, this is outside, so it's a throw in for Adamson. Etis trying to set things up here. Another throw in for Adamson here. As the defense of LaSalle very aggressive on the ball. That was Borromeo who forced it out.
There we see Coach Hans focused on his players and making sure they're doing exactly what he says.
There's Espino back out to Orsine inside. We crossed there. He was looking for De La Cruz, but there he had two green shirts checking him. And LaSalle, Brago takes the ball away.
Looking for options.
Very patient as well. He took it up a bit. He stopped, looking for a teammate to pass it to rather than just charging up front. You know, Adamson taking it back. Again, trying to look for Melisa ahead. And good control there
By Yang.
by Yang instead of just clearing it out. But Melisa takes the ball. Nice pass by Etis, but a little bit of a courageous shot outside the boxer for Melisa, trying to catch the keeper off guard. But so far, the Guzman has been sharp for LaSalle. Two white shirts collide there, trying to take the ball away from Layumas.
I'd like to point out also that for people who are interested in playing football for the first time or getting into it, it's good to know that even if you're a defender, you still have a chance to go up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because some people get so hinaying to be a defender because
Right.
wala daw silang, hindi silang nakaka-goal.
Correct, or di sila makaka-assist or a part of the attack. But not at all. It depends on the system of the coach. I mean,
Exactly.
some coaches have systems that they want to make sure the defenders are just sitting back and really protecting the
And hindi
the
na
goal.
uso ngayon na kung striker ka lang.
Right. Move around. Just like what we're seeing here from this front line of LaSalle. You know, Coach Hans has just Jello Diamante as his target man, but the four behind him, Gio Diamante, Gonzalez, Jose Montalibono, Nate Alquiros, have been mixing it up, confusing the heck out of me and Tata here. Who's up top and who is who. It'll be better in the second half where they're going to be near us here from our vantage point. So there's LaSalle trying to patiently move the ball around as they've pretty much, you know, safe to say they've controlled majority of the ball in this match so far. Brago on the left side, looking for an opening. Short pass to Alquiros.
Adamson also being patient with defending.
Right. They're not pressing too much. They're sitting back a little bit. Gonzalez looking ahead. Wanted to get it to Jello Diamante, but that was too strong. But Alquiros recovers. Some good skill there to get away from his defender. But Adamson takes it away. But again, quickly losing it. And LaSalle quickly ahead. This is a nice pass in the middle. Finding Diamante. Tried to turn and shoot. Couldn't get an angle. Brago, good anticipation there, taking that ball away from Adamson again. Here's Diamante. Back to Gonzalez to the left side.
I've seen a series of give and goes, or 1-2 rather, from LaSalle's both sides.
So they're not just content with their own skill of trying to advance and beat the defender on their own, right?
They're making use of each and every player.
So good short passing for LaSalle. It's so far garnered them a goal early in this match. They scored off a penalty in the second minute.
That's another skill FEU has also. They're very good with getting themselves out of tight scenarios.
They're patient and they're composed. Talking about the defending champions, FEU, who earlier beat UE only though by 1 goal. Surprised some people here. Surprised the FEU crowd who was expecting more from them. These more goals, but they did pretty much have control most of the match.
Well, after their 7-4, whoever team comes to meet them next has to adjust.
Right. And talk about adjust. UE really sat back and defended.
Greg Yang taking a free kick. Not too keen on that.
And not a good clearance there by Adamson. They could have taken control there. That was Ortinez. Could have just had a good control and tried to advance the attack for Adamson, but he was forced to just kick it out to the side. Here's Borromeo on the left side, trying to cross it in the middle. That's deflected. Sends it back to Yang.
Still in possession, LaSalle.
Back again to Borromeo. Again, as we said, patient.
Moving side to side, making use of the flanks.
Adamson now. Trying to find a crease in the defense of Salle, but nothing showing yet. Long throw in, trying to look for Montelibono there for Salle, but he had two white shirts crowding him. Kick back out and then the throw in for Salle. You can see how far advanced as well the back line of Salle is. No surprise why we saw Layumas score that goal. Coach Hans allowing his back line to be active on the offensive attack as well. Here's some nice skill by Gonzalez, weaving around the defense of Adamson, still retaining possession.
There's an early cross blocked.
And that was Nieras there. Still trying to retain the possession. Adamson takes it away and clears it back, sends it back. That's Brago. Back now to Gonzalez. This is Nieras. So Nieras and Gonzalez patiently together with Brago, looking for a way to advance this ball. Back now to Yang. Borromeo in the middle.
Adamson's side seems to be defending on the hotter side of the pitch.
I know. That matters for now. There's a big piece of shade, if you notice, folks. There's that big tree, which thankfully Tata and I are sitting underneath. And it covers about, what, 1/3 of this pitch, no? On this side of Salle. It's another challenge for Adamson. They're dealing with some aggressive attack by Salle and some aggressive sun. And speaking of aggressive attack, a cross here by Jello Diamante looking for his brother, who's actually wearing a cast in his left hand.
And still maintaining a good amount of speed and endurance.
He's not letting that cast bother him. Here's Gonzalez now trying to swing it to the right side to Nieras. Now it's deflected. Adamson sending this ahead, hoping Melisa can get to it. Oh, Brago could not clear that well. Almost went out of bounds, and unfortunately for Adamson, this deflects. Yeah, this deflects off Melisa. He could have just probably just kept the pressure on and
control.
Brago, and Brago would probably have to kick it out of bounds anyways. So it could have been a throw in here for Adamson, but goes back to Salle.
Yang checking around.
Uh-oh, too strong, and look out, we got a goal here for Adamson. This is a big boo-boo by the defense of Salle, and Etis read that well. It was just a simple throw-in. Greg Yang didn't realize Etis was hanging around.
And he was looking around.
Yeah, he's looking at a soft pass to Brago. Too strong, actually. Too ahead, and Etis just took advantage of that, and we're all tied up here, 1-1. Boy, Coach Hans would not be happy with that one.
You check out Etis, he just put his foot there. Wala nang energy, kailangan nilagay or buelo.
With his momentum of running to the ball was good enough, and he wasn't that near. He actually saw that coming, and he just sprinted as fast as he could.
Tinatawanan ata ni sarili.
That he got that opportunity. Yeah, he was shocked himself that he had the chance. And here's Salle trying to get this back right away.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they could.
Diamante here. This might just wake up Salle and make them a little bit more aggressive. Try to get this goal back, and what a mistake there by the defense of Salle. And just when you were saying that they've been playing well composed.
Being patient, just a little bit too patient.
Yep, that was a little too patient. That was a careless pass. Here's Adamson again up ahead. Look out. De Guzman coming out, challenging Melisa. And Melisa is down. No call there, though. But well read there by De Guzman. A brave challenge. He had to come out for the tackle. Way outside his line. Way outside the box as well. And De Guzman did not want to allow a second goal. Look at that perfectly timed tackle, sliding tackle there. All ball.
No calls there for all ball.
But he's still down, shaking up here.
He's holding onto his knee.
The referee himself, our head referee, is when he picks him up. So play will resume here. I think Salle had the ball, right?
Yun yung lesson, never pass in the middle.
Yeah,
outwards.
That's dangerous. You do not pass in front of the goal. Yeah, from the keeper, especially if there's an attacker lingering, like Ortiz was right there. Or Etis, but Etis was the one who was
That's
right
why
there.
when you lead in a goal, or like 1-0 or 2-0, you always have to remind each other, 0-0 pa rin yan.
Don't look at the score. Absolutely. In any sport, actually, don't look at the score. You should be
Until
aggressive.
the whistle
Yeah,
is, the last whistle is blown.
absolutely. Always think that it's even score, and you gotta do your best
Walang
to
relax.
score every possession or defend every possession. Now, here's Adamson again. Let's see if that gift of a goal, early Christmas gift for Adamson, gives him a boost of confidence. Hey, that's her first goal in UAP, by the way, in the last 10 years.
That's true.
So it could be a really good sign for them to help them boost their confidence. Here's the build-up of an attack here. You got Borromeo just weaving around, finds Diamante to the right side. He's got Montelibono. Good sliding tackle there by Yap. This is going to go out for a corner kick for LaSalle. You got a man down again. Meliza is still down here on the other side.
Montelibono's headed towards to take that corner kick.
Meliza's
Oh,
still in
stretcher
pain.
is coming in for
Stretcher's
Meliza.
coming out now. Not sure what hit him this time around, because he was able to get up and run around again, but they're going to stretcher him out for now. They're going to assess him if he can continue.
So as of now, they're going to be playing 10, unless Coach Nolan decides to replace him.
It's going to be a tough decision, though, because this is his striker. This is his target man, together up there with Espino. He's going to take his time to decide if Meliza can shake it off in a few minutes or have to be pulled out of the game.
As Montelibono is preparing to take this corner, you'll notice how LaSalle is coming from all of them are coming from outside of the box.
Right.
And
Rather than sitting in the box. How different is that than sitting in the box?
well,
and
basically,
outside the box?
as we mentioned earlier, unpredictability again.
More movement, they're cutting, yeah.
They don't know where the people are going to go.
So here's the cross. This is Alquiros taking the cross with the left foot. Almost headed in there by LaSalle, but headed out by Adamson, but not cleared
Not quite.
completely, until Viray gathering this one. That back line of Adamson has to do more favors for Viray and help release some pressure from him by clearing that ball out better. And Homo. This is Homo drawing the foul there from LaSalle, as he's been very active in the middle together with his twin brother Bless.
So that was drawn from Borromeo.
Borromeo with the foul there, so 8 men back for LaSalle to defend this free kick. It's a low ball into the box.
Coming from offside, the ref
It's an
lifts
offside.
his flag.
About to wonder, and the ref is right here in front of us calling the offside there after it was deflected. So good discipline there on the last line of defense for LaSalle. The Guzman now. Head to Jello Diamante.
LaSalle using its wing once again.
Yep, good pass to the right side to Alquiros, back to Diamante. Corner of the box up there, trying to retain possession. Adamson takes it away, but again, not able to clear it out with purpose. They're just kind of like panicky, just sending it out. That's how much respect they have for LaSalle's offense and their capability to score from anybody. Inside again to Gio Diamante. And this is going to be a goal kick. So 30 minutes gone by, 1-1 is our score. An early goal for LaSalle in the 2nd minute off a corner kick, a bad clearance by, or a non-clearance actually, by Adamson after a short touch by LaSalle. Here comes Adamson now trying to attack.
Still in possession.
Espino who lost possession there. Brago clearing this one out and ahead for LaSalle. Gio Diamante to the left side to Montelibono. Got 2 men in front of him. He doesn't care. Gonna try to find a way to advance this one. Cuts back in the middle, loses the ball now. Try to get it back. And he deflected it enough to get possession back. Ball will stay with LaSalle. That was good hustle there.
Usually when you bring the ball up that far, you need support behind just in case 2 men are on you. Oh, Could have been a goal.
Viray had to come out there. I don't know if he punched that one or his defender kicked that one out. But again, bad communication there on the back line of Adamson. Here's a cross inside. Diamante with the header, and that was saved. Punched out there by Viray.
Very graceful.
And that was quick. You know how LaSalle just got possession back and the cross was right in there on target to Jello Diamante, trying to catch the defense of Adamson off guard.
Flicks it.
Look at that. Look at the save. Well timed, the dive there by Viray. If he was not there, he was an inch short. That would have been a second goal for LaSalle. So another corner kick here. Alquiros again. Apparently he's the designated corner kicker from either side.
Yes, he has to run all the way to the opposite side.
This one short to the ground. Another chance here and a goal,
It's a goal
for LaSalle. Very similar to our first goal where the first deflection was not cleared by Adamson. This one is for
Still
Layumas
Layumas
again. Wow. The defender with the second goal of the match, Layumas, very active, going up ahead, getting a nose on the ball. Let's check this out again as we see what happened again.
When you have a set piece such as this, anyone in front of the goal has that capacity to shoot.
And
when
again,
you're
unmarked. Layumas unmarked. There were 3 white shirts there, right in front of the goalkeeper. One of them was with Diamante. It was number 6. It was Orsine who cleared it, but a weak clearance again, and it was like a gift to Layumas because he was unguarded right in front of the goal. Is there defensive tactics like that you can opt for like a zone, like rather than a man-to-man defense?
Of course.
For corner kicks, okay.
You could stay even by the post.
Right, okay. So that's what it looked like for Adamson there. That's why Layumas again was unmarked.
One man went 2 up, so
Right.
yeah, they just probably didn't mark him alone.
There's Adamson now trying to advance the ball. And that was a head pass there by Espino to nobody. There's LaSalle now. Now they get their bearings back. They're back up 2-1. How does that feel that you get the goal back after a mistake of a goal?
It's another confident thing for them,
Yeah.
but at the same time, knowing that they were able to concede 1 goal means
Correct.
they can't relax.
Absolutely.
Because at the most unexpected moment, the opponent
Could
can
happen
score.
again. Yeah, I mean, that's what happened earlier. It's not a 2-0 lead. It's not a 2-0 lead for LaSalle. It's 2-1. Adamson is in this game.
So kung baga kanina hindi sila makahinga, ngayon konti.
Yeah,
They
you can
can-
breathe a little bit more. It can help. But still, you can't relax against this Adamson team. And patient move there. So we have a sub now. So we got another goal here. So, as we were trying to get some communication on the substitution here. Diamante with the goal here. 3rd goal of the match now for LaSalle as things are starting to open up now for LaSalle. As what we were about to update you with is that substitution is about to come in. And here's the nice cross by Alquiros. Diamante unmarked there, ahead of his man. Beautifully volleyed there with the left foot or the right foot there.
Right.
Right foot. Well placed there. It looked like the right was bent, but it actually went off his left foot, the straight foot. And nothing Viray could do there but complain probably to his defenders. You got to be ahead of the man rather than behind them. So 3-1 now all of a sudden. We were just looking at a 1-1 score line after that tie, the tying goal by Adamson. All of a sudden a 3-1 score line here. As LaSalle takes control back. Now they can breathe much better. Okay, so we got a sub coming in for LaSalle. Has he come in already? Yeah, he's come in already. So this is the goal. 35th minute for Jello Diamante. David pala siya, ang kanyang official real name, but he's Jello and his brother's Gio. Mark Layumas with the second and the first goal. The second and 33rd minute. Both off corner kicks. So we got a new man on the pitch. It's number 5 for LaSalle. And that is Villasin. Christian Villasin.
Replace Gonzalez.
Pulling out Gonzalez. This is an early sub. Number 5, Villasin now in. When an early sub happens like this, what for normally, Tata? Is it probably
Either
injury?
to rest
Yeah.
or also pagod,
Mhm.
so to prevent injury as well.
Although it's only been
Either
35
that
minutes.
or
unhappy with the
malalim.
performance.
Hindi lang yun. Malalim din yung
They're
bench.
that deep of a bench. They want to give more opportunities to the bench of Salle. Talking about Coach Hans Smith. Here's Adamson. Nice touch and turn by Espino. Trying to get away from the Salle defense. He gets it to Homo. Trying to go up ahead.
Coming again from offside.
This is actually a substitution for Adamson. They've actually taken out Melisa as number 18 is now on the pitch, and that is Pilarca. So Pilarca has replaced the injured Christian Melisa, who was by stretcher earlier. We didn't notice that he was formally continually substituted. 17 is now also on the pitch now for number 4. So Ortiz comes out, and another man for Adamson comes in, and that is Di Maano. So a bunch of subs for both squads coming in. And here's Diamante trying to look for some friends inside, looking for Montelibano. Could not find it. Here's Yang trying to get away from trouble, clearing this out as fresh legs on the pitch for Adamson. Pilarca giving a good chase. Salle now trying to counter this. It could not control that pass up ahead, looking to Montelibano. So Adamson. Okay, it's still ball. It's Adamson ball. Throw in for Adamson. Staring at a deficit now of 1-3. Just moments ago, Tata, you were 1-1. I mean, how does that feel, giving up 2 goals that fast?
That's why you should never take set pieces for granted.
Not at all.
Those are free kicks, corner kicks, penalty kicks.
Nice short passing by Salle in the middle. Up ahead, looking to Montelibano. Good control here. Chesting it down. Trying to cross it back in the middle. Diamante trying to retain possession. Could not. Homo.
Ang taas ng Salle.
Yeah, they're way up there. Delikado yun. Because kung napaganda yung pass ni Homo, yeah, that would have been, they would have been beat there. They're way up there. They're in the lead. You know, sometimes you see teams up 3-1, they kind of sit back a bit, right, Tata? So here's Salle trying to clear this one out. Brago to the Yumas.
Great headers.
Diamante all the way back here to try to retain possession.
They're
and
probably
they
going
do.
to shift sides, which is very smart of them.
Open right flank here for Montelibano. Nice pass there by Alquiros. Montelibano cuts back inside, takes a shot. That's deflected out. But gathered by Adamson to prevent a corner kick. But again, could not get it out with purpose there.
Yung maganda ng ginawa ng Salle is they had a crowded left side and decided to just diffuse it and pass to the right flank.
They just knew someone was in the right flank. They had a teammate who was open there, and it turned out to be Montelibano. And that's just knowing their tendencies well. No, yeah, their teammates, exactly. Well said. Got a man down here for Adamson. This looks like it's number 9. This looks like De La Cruz.
Because Salle has been pounding them with a lot of attacks, they're also wearing out physically.
Right.
Which is why when we spoke to Coach Nolan earlier, he was saying that fitness-wise, of course, they're up there, but body build, kulang pa, because a lot of these guys are young.
Yep.
Therefore, they have years ahead of them where they can develop their build, which in football is very important because you're constantly jarring each other.
Correct. If you think it's just your feet, because it's football, it's not. Marami pong upper body contact din, yung banggaan sa katawan.
There's Coach Nolan paying attention to his players.
Coach Nolan did say 90% of this squad are rookies, as you see. De La Cruz really banged up, still on the pitch. Ephraim Noan De La Cruz, wearing jersey number 9, playing that left wing for Adamson. And he looks really winded or in severe pain. I'm a little worried now. He's actually not moving.
While on your screens,
wow. They're trying to tap him conscious. Is he unconscious?
Here we see what just happened.
He's number 9. Let's see here. There he is. And he just falls on his own. Tries to get up. Cramping. And that's where it began. And then the play was stopped. He looks passed out. Could this be the heat? They're trying to wake him up. So
He's
obviously
awake.
they're going to stretcher him off and make sure he's okay. We do have ambulances on standby, as always, here in any UAAP competition. And wow, let's hope he's okay. Efrain, no one de la Cruz, totally passed out there. I'm just guessing it's the heat, the fatigue, because he cramped up. So that's an obvious sign that, you know, the heat's taking a toll on him and fatigue, cramping up in the 39th minute of his match.
And a lot of the plays happen on his side of
Right.
defense.
Correct.
So
He's
he's
been a
been
very
worn out.
busy. He's been a very busy defender. And again, you know, in football, there's no timeouts. There's very few chances to take a sip of water as the half proceeds. Now he's
moving.
He's moving now. You saw him lift his head.
Okay naman yung hangin ngayon, which is good.
Yeah, and there's a bit of shade now. There's some clouds covering the sun. But for a moment there, he was unconscious. You saw him. They're trying to tap him awake, and his arms were kind of dangling over that stretcher. But good sign to see him conscious now. As the medic team is...
He's blinking his eyes,
yeah.
which is very good.
medic team is on him. You're checking his blood pressure right now. Yes, play will resume here. They're going to eventually move him safer for sure. He's been substituted out. We'll try to get the number and the player who came in for him, but we hope he'll be okay more than anything. Efrain Noan de la Cruz regaining his consciousness, and the medic team is working with him. Meanwhile, LaSalle trying to chip it inside. A header there by... Looked like that was a nice long pass by Nayumas, a guy who scored 2 goals here. Tried to go inside to Diamante, but the header was too strong. Actually, that was Villasin, number 5, the new guy up ahead who took out Gonzalez. Brago now to Layumas, who's produced 2 goals for Coach Hans Smith today. Cutting back inside, still with possession, but he gives up the foul as he tried to slide in to retain possession, trying to stop Brian or Bless Homo from taking the ball away from him. It's long ball by Adamson, not finding a teammate. Brago up ahead. Now it's Alquiros, jammed by 2 defenders of Adamson. After Brago chests it to Layumas. In the middle to Borromeo. Borromeo now has got some space to the left side to Alquiros. He's dangerous from that side as well. You've seen him make 2 good crosses that have produced goals.
Gonna get one more opportunity.
Tries to beat his man to the baseline.
Quick player.
Good defense there by number 17. That is Dimaano. He's the fresh legs that came in for Ortinas earlier. And a long shot there.
Just a bit past the bar.
Just wide to the right.
Post rather, sorry.
So 44 minutes and change gone by. We will see how much added time. Looks like the refs are going to add 2 minutes to official time for injury time. Adamson has about 2 minutes to try and still do something here to get a better score to end the half. But could not control that, and LaSalle continuing to put the pressure on him easily, always taking the ball away. Here's a head pass by Diamante ahead to Montelibono. Just tried to keep control of the ball, and Viray takes it away.
Yung pagkukulang lang talaga ng Adamson is yung passing talaga. It's not connecting.
Yeah.
It's really, as we mentioned earlier, forward, forward, forward. And I think that's what they have to
We haven't seen
work
much
on.
passing to the middle, no? It's always if either on the left side or the right side, they're just chipping it ahead.
Over, yes.
Over ho talaga. That's what they're looking for, those long balls.
But then again, that could also be a strategy on the coach's side when you go against a strong team.
Yeah.
A veteran team, rather.
Because they're not just strong offensively, they're also strong defensively. We're talking about LaSalle.
So you kind of want to skip their middle.
Yeah, correct. It could be a ploy there by Coach Nolan. Here's a attack on the right side by LaSalle. Cross in the middle, looking for Alquiros. One touch with a shot just above the top left corner there.
He's definitely a player to watch out for.
I asked Coach Hans earlier if he's right-footed or left-footed. Sabi niya, ambidextrous. Pareho. I will not tell you what. But
Kanina kanan, ngayon kaliwa.
yeah, but obviously he can kick both left and right foot, but he's kind of looks like he's more comfortable with his left. We'll ask his sister, Natasha, who's actually here with us, what she thinks his favorite foot is. But meanwhile, some great action on the ball here. Brago, excellent play to take that ball away from Espina. He's done a good job. Brago has been very active on the defensive end for Salle. Back to the middle to Borromeo.
Ito yung kinoconnect nila.
Yep. They're patient. Middle, side, middle, side. They're really using the middle a lot. Borromeo's had a lot of touches on the ball. And that's Nieras. And we're going to have a whistle here, signaling halftime as we end the first 45 minutes and so of action here on the second match of the day of UAAP Season 77 men's football between Adamson University Falcons and De La Salle University Green Booters. 3-1 lead for La Salle. We'll take a short break here. When we come back, we'll break down this match, take a look at some halftime stats and some highlights as well. Stay with us, please, if you're watching us live on Balls HD and right here on ABS-CBN Sports in Action. Welcome back to the beautiful campus of FEU Diliman, who are our hosts for UAAP Season 77 men's football. Every Thursday, you're seeing us live right now on Balls HD 167 as well as on live stream on our website. So you're checking out the first few goals of La Salle. This is the first one for Layumas and some other attempts as well. This is how active La Salle has been
They have
done
kept
in the first half.
they have kept Adamson's defense very active. But at the same time, De Guzman has really worked hard also on the Salle side.
Because there were sometimes he had to come out with the gutsy counters of Adamson were long balls. Here's the goal of Adamson, which was really a major error by La Salle's defense. Yang there was passing off to Brago.
And Etes scored.
Too strong. Etes saw that coming a mile away. Ang layo pa niya actually, and then just sprinted to it. Probably he's running and thinking, can I make it? Can I make it? I'm going to make it. Naabot niya, and he got the goal for Adamson. But that was the only goal they had so far as Layumas scored his second goal. Similar fashion, off a corner kick that bounced off a teammate and or a Adamson defender that was not able to clear it well.
May tao naman, pero he was able to get that kick in the right angle.
Yeah, he's near him, but not right there. And this is the goal of Jello Diamante. Nice cross there from Alquiros.
Who has come from both sides of the field.
Everywhere. Left, right, middle, back, you name it. Nate Alquiros has been all over the place. Even this one, he almost had a goal himself. Great shot here. Just
a go-getter.
Yeah. That's the aggressiveness of Nate Alquiros. We spoke. Remember, we had an interview with him pre-game. He's talking about how confident he is about his team this year, that they're no less than targeting a title. So what do you see from the halftime stats here?
It's quite surprising that both have pretty much almost the same possession.
Yep.
And from how we were conversing earlier, it seemed like La Salle had more possession.
It looks like it because I guess they're more patient with the ball, that's why. But Adamson did have their chances to attack and advance the ball.
Shots on goal, 8 for La Salle, which is very evident. And we saw someone from Adamson go down rather. And we just saw how tired they were in the end of the first half.
Correct. Ganun kapagod. Meron na silang player na cramps and naimatay ng bahagya. He's okay now from what we saw. But that's how aggressive the offense of La Salle has been in keeping Adamson's defense on their toes. We'll take a short break. When we come back, kickoff for the second half. 3-1 here's the score between La Salle and Adamson. UAAP Season 77 men's football on ABS-CBN Sports in Action and on Balls HD. Welcome back to FEU Diliman, our host for Season 77 UAAP men's football. Second half about to get underway. You're taking a look at the composed team of La Salle Green Booters. Nate Alquiros there, very vocal, leading his team. As you look at the young players of Adamson, back after a 10-year absence in the UAAP. The Coach Nolan was mentioning to us, Nolan Manito was mentioning to us, 90% of his squad are rookies. You had to get them from different places. Some of them from the provinces. One is actually Ginoog in Mindanao. We had 3 players there, which includes the Homo twins, Bless Brian Homo 1 and Bless Brian Homo 2. Yes, they have exactly the same names except for the last character. One is the first, one is the second. You're looking at the assistant coach of Adamson, who I believe is your coach.
Not
right?
my coach, rather, he is my friend's coach.
Oh, okay,
before
so coach
when he
your
was in
friends,
grade school.
okay.
Coach Joy
Coach Joy,
from
one of the
Ateneo grade
assistants.
school
Yep.
long ago.
This coach Nolan, he's known newbie as well to football. He has been the head coach of the very successful high school program of Southridge down there in the south. And they produce a lot of good players. In fact, on LaSalle's squad, a lot of them are from Southridge. Gonzalez is from Southridge, so is Alquiros.
So kilalang-kilala
Yang,
niya.
yeah, Yang and Nieras, 4 of the starting 11 of LaSalle were his players. They grew up learning their high school football from him. And here we go, kickoff now as we begin second half action. A long shot there, gutsy attempt by LaSalle, trying to catch Viray off guard. And that was a long attempt there by Villasin. LaSalle gets the ball back almost here. Villasin trying to be aggressive. Here's a shot by Diamante. Diamante, as again, Adamson not able to clear out that ball well. A goal kick here, but no capability for Adamson there to keep control as Alquiros took a cross. Now Viray is clearing this one out.
So his sister, Alcaraz's sister, confirmed that he is a lefty.
He's a lefty, from what she knows, but she's quite happy that he's developed a good right foot to control the ball, to make some passes, make some shots as well. And she herself is surprised how all over the place her brother is. We'll talk first about Natasha Alquiros.
Who is also a very good player.
Yep, and she'll be joining us this year on the panel for ABS-CBN Sports, bringing you UAAP football. We'll be seeing her very soon. Meanwhile, LaSalle retaining possession here, trying to bring it back in the middle. That was going towards Borromeo, taken away by Adamson. They pass this one back to De Guzman, who quickly clears this one out of danger for LaSalle.
Just by that movement alone, medyo nakikita mo na yung adjustment ng Adamson. They already know that LaSalle will bring the ball back and forth,
To the
side
middle.
to side.
Ngayon,
Yes.
naaagaw na nila. Correct. Kanina, they were just back-footed and just really just waiting for the advances of LaSalle and pretty much allowing LaSalle what they wanted to do, right?
Which is why there is a halftime.
Right. Which is normally where most instructions come from.
Of
Because the
course.
game's free-flowing. It's hard to make tactical
It's hard to
changes.
scream at your players
Yeah,
across
exactly.
the
Maybe you can
field.
screen to a few of them who are near you, near the coaching line, but not to all 11 on the pitch. There's Alquiros trying to retain possession for LaSalle. Up ahead now to Borromeo. He's now on the left side. Losing that ball though, out of bounds as he was heavily challenged by a new player on the pitch. That is number 3 for Adamson. Gotta get his name, make sure we know which guy this is. This is Sayuman. So Sayuma now is on the right side. I think he took out Etis. Here's LaSalle now. Borromeo looking to the right side. Finds Nieras to the middle, back to Borromeo. Looking ahead to Jello Diamante. Beats his man. Trying to control this, turning back in the middle, just ran out of real estate there. And it's going to be a goal kick for Adamson, but the pass was on target, just ran out of pitch really. And a good run by Diamante. Trying to beat that pass. One of the rare attempts of a long pass for LaSalle. No, Tata, they've been really patient with the short passing. There's Borromeo again. He's been very active, keeping control in the middle for LaSalle. Look at this gutsy move in the middle here for LaSalle. That is Bustamante, who came in as a late sub in the first half. Very shifty kid. Alquiros taking the ball back for LaSalle. To the right side, Diamante. He's got time.
Great cross.
Nice cross in the middle.
Could have been a good finish.
Almost there as he was looking for Villasin, who did have 3 white shirts on him. Almost Almost on target there, pero naunahan lang ng konti ng depensa ng Adamson. Kicking it out for a corner kick. And you know how dangerous corners have been for LaSalle. They have scored 2 goals off the corner kicks. Here's another look at the cross.
Maganda na cross. It's the right level where it could hit your head, your shin, your chest.
So now it's just booted out.
Another effort on LaSalle.
That was booted out earlier by Orsina, and this time a corner, not developing into anything for LaSalle. Goal kick for Adamson. Sending it to the middle, and that's a clear foul there. A push from behind on number 18.
Pilarca.
That's Pilarca. He was the substitute that came in at the half before the half ended as well. De Guzman takes this away. Homo. This is Brian Homo, the first. Adamson sending it up top. Looking ahead to Pilarca. Wins the ball. Back to Espino on the left side now. But Nieras is all over him. And not giving him any room to operate. And actually takes the ball away, so it's going to be LaSalle possession. LaSalle ball here, throwing in. Looking ahead to Diamante. That's a little too strong. Adamson sends this to the middle. Not to anybody specifically, but it works anyways. Here's a long shot. But that was well read by De Guzman. That shot was by Orsine, who went way up. So now you're seeing Adamson back in the middle a bit more now. We hardly saw them active in the middle in the first half, yeah. Alquiros looking for some teammates. He gets it back. Back to the middle now to Diamante. Wanted to go to the right side, but
Great defense.
good defense by Adamson. Clogging the middle now, but they sneak free up ahead to the other Diamante. This Gio Diamante on the left side. Back
Here's
to Alquiros. He's always dangerous. Here's a cross.
A bit weak on their side.
But you saw how that gradual soft build-up, no? LaSalle worked for them, finding them across.
Tapos kung wala talagang options forward, it's not bad to pass
To
back.
pass back, exactly. Not a lot of football players
Like
like that,
to
no?
pass back.
Bakit kaya? Here's a chance for LaSalle trying to advance, but Adamson denying this one. I guess it's more of an offensive mentality.
Oo,
You know,
parang
you
why
play a
are we
sport.
stepping back?
You play a sport, you want to score. Whatever sport it is, you put points on the board. And rarely you want to go backwards. But sometimes in football it works.
Sacrifice a few so that
Yep.
you can gain more.
Nieras quickly putting the ball back in play when he won that free kick. Bustamante
He needs support here.
wiggling around. Gets back to Borromeo, takes a shot. That is not a clean shot. Man down on in the box. Diamante not getting a call here, looking to the ref, asking for a penalty. Some heavy contact there between him and the Adamson defender, but no call by the ref. Play on. Diamante back to Nieras, crossing it, but this is going to be to the right side and above the goal. Goal kick for Adamson. (3-1) is our scoreline here. As we saw, LaSalle open up scoring in the second minute of the match off a corner kick. Layumas with the first goal. And then Adamson scored off a defensive error by LaSalle. Here's Diamante trying to win the ball back for LaSalle, and he does.
A little observation. Brian Jumo has moved down to defense.
Oh, he's playing defense now.
Yes.
Number 12.
Yeah.
So Humo was up top earlier with his brother, Bless Humo, his twin brother.
Who still has maintained his central
Still
position.
there, you're right. So they started aligned together, right beside each other at the middle. Now he's down on defense. Let's see if this adjustment helps them out. Adamson trying to advance his ball, but LaSalle's defense right there denying it, but
De Guzman trying to maintain that ball on their side.
that's Brago, who's done an excellent job defensively for LaSalle, but not that moment. Gives it away. A cross here in the middle. De Guzman coming out. Brave challenge there by De Guzman. Again, the second time he's done that in this match. He's come out at the right time to deny a goal for Adamson. Here's Borromeo. Pass was behind Diamante. Adamson now trying to attack. A long, gutsy shot here, a grounder.
So most
From
of
Pilarca.
Adamson's attacks have been coming from outside the box.
Yep.
Which I think they should bring it up a bit more.
So
There's more chances.
You know, advance it a bit more rather than rushing the shot outside the box.
Maganda na kasi they brought na the ball to the middle.
Right.
Now that it's up there, try to create some play.
And here's Pilarca against two green shirts. Could not find a crease in the defense. His shot is deflected out. They will retain possession here. Throw in. And it could go back to the middle to Pilarca.
Just a little bit too far.
Romeo.
But hey, there's improvement, right?
Yeah, yeah. Better ball movement now for Adamson. More purpose, actually, rather than just those
And
long
we have
balls.
to remember, this is Adamson we're talking about. They're really
Yes.
inching their way to progress.
This is only their second game. They had a close defeat against NU. 1-0 was their score in
and
the
it was a
first game.
penalty.
Penalty pa yun. So technically, you can
Maganda
say
yung outcome ng
they
match.
did not give up a goal in, you know, regular flow of play. We have a goal kick here for Adamson. And remember, they're also made up of 90% rookies. A
And
new
their coach is
program.
very humble about how they've entered in this
Right.
league.
But he does want them to come up every game with a lot of confidence.
Of
They
course.
don't want to be totally intimidated against their more experienced opponents. Struggle for possession there in the middle. Salle wins out to the right side to Bustamante. Cuts back to the middle. Good defense there by De Guzman, and Homo taking it away. Orsine is the one who went up on top now. Sina nag-swap ni Homo. So he's adding to my confusion of why there's a number 6 attacking now, because Homo moved down. And Orsine moved up.
They interchange.
Correct, sila nagpalit. High ball in the middle here. 4 white shirts against Villasin for Salle. He's a big kid. Right side here, Diamante. Nieras trying to look for Villasin. That is wide, and it goes out for a goal kick for Adamson. You may have heard Bob Guerrero who did the first game. He's just hanging around. Of course, all of us enjoying UAP football here at the beautiful campus of FEU Fern, Diliman. Shade is now helping all of us as the clouds have come out. Open shot here for Diamante. That's Gio Diamante. Went for a healthy shot about 10 yards out of the box, but that is wide to the left. What can you say about the defensive adjustments now of Adamson? They did bring back Homo.
They're more compact now, and then you see whenever a person or one of the defensive players approach an attacker, they drop.
Okay.
The rest drop so that they're safe. In case sumusobra yung bola to their advantage, there's still support.
Well, here's a counter attack by Adamson. They've got 4 white shirts against only 2 green shirts. And it's a goal by Adamson. Well played there. Nice pass back to the right side to Pilarca. Number 18, the substitute, gets the second goal of the match for Adamson. Well played counter there. Patiently brought up that ball. And that was a nice pass from the left side from Espino.
A great defense definitely created an even better offense.
Gandang pasa. Espino to De Guzman. And that pass was through the legs of a LaSalle defender.
Nilagay lang niya yung paa niya, pumasok yung goal.
You don't normally target a pass through the legs of a defender, right? But it went right through. Lucky break there for Adamson as that pass by De Guzman was through the legs.
TJ, sometimes when you're up there, no matter who's there, sometimes it can even it can bounce off your opponent.
Correct. You're not just, as long as you're targeting your man
yeah.
to pass it to, regardless of what's in front of you, you're going to go for it, especially if he's in scoring position, which is exactly what happened for Pilarca. Got another man cramping up here for Adamson. This is Yap, the substitute who actually came on. No, he started the game. He's been quiet. There's much activity on the left side. Number 15 man. He's limping, but he's fighting this one off. So it's 3-2. We got a ball game here. This is not over, folks. Just a goal away from Adamson possibly tying this thing up. LaSalle taking the ball away. Alquiros back to Diamante. Turns around, back to Borromeo in the middle, looking for some friends in the left side. Nobody there. Tried to go to Diamante in the middle, and too tight. Here comes Adamson, a long ball ahead. Espino, he created that play earlier that resulted in a goal. This time, LaSalle takes it quickly back.
Medyo tumaas yung pace ng play.
Would you say LaSalle was too far up earlier? I mean,
Well,
that's why the counter seemed easier for Adamson. It was a 4 against 2.
Perhaps it was just unpredictable. Adamson's movement was very quick. And I think since the first minute, Adamson has really played, they've skipped the middle.
Yeah, they're trying to go
Right?
for the long pass kasi, yeah.
And
But
it
at least
worked
it took your advice in a way. They went for the patient shot inside the box as opposed to
far from
rushing it, outside the box. Oh, miscommunication here in defense from Adamson. Villasin trying to gain control. And he totally erases the defender, Ramos, there.
pretty much grabbed him down.
Wow, that's how tough this kid is. Big and wide.
Stocky.
Itong si Villasin, malapad ang katawan.
So,
Ramos is just totally erased.
pero minsan just because you have a big body, sometimes you don't mean to hurt the person
Right.
or foul them. It's what can you do? Malaking katawan.
Correct. And your little shove that for some people is
Looks
a little
bigger
shove.
for the ref.
It looks bigger because you're the bigger dude. You're the bigger guy. So Ramos trying to shake this off. Fell hard to the ground and parang nag-bounce back din yung neck niya. But there is some give in this turf. Hindi naman po yan sobrang tigas. But it is not grass on soil, which would have been softer to absorb a fall. But Ramos picks himself up, shaking it off, and Humo brings it back into play. But a bad pass. And quickly, LaSalle takes the ball back. Borromeo ahead to Diamante. Trying to look for Villasin. Good move, spinning a front.
Wow.
Let's see who the foul is going to go against. It's on Villasin again. And Adamson trying to quickly advance his ball. But unfortunately, they have a man down. The referee says, nope, no can do. We got to wait till we get this man okay. It's Homo, number 12, Homo. This is Brian Homo. We have another substitution coming in for LaSalle. Right about now, Uy, number 15, will be coming in for number 4, which is Yang. You know, interestingly enough, Coach Hans stuck with his defender, stuck with Yang, who made that errant pass.
It's also because he has leadership out
Yes. And he's one of the veterans as well, tong si Yang, no? One of the veteran guys on this team.
there. So si Villasin,
He was going for a shot and nasipa niya si Humo.
malakas kasi.
Lakas din ang sipa. Yep. There was a big wind up there for that strike. So natamaan in the back of the leg itong si
Yung shin.
Humo. Brian Humo, the second, or Homo, the second. So Chuck Uy is in the game. He's the goal scorer
Of last.
of last game. He had that header to tie the game against UP. So he's coming off as a substitute today. That's Chuck Uy coming in for Yang. And, you know, not surprising for defenders of Coach Hans to score, because today we had Layumos with 2 goals. Uy, who was a defender, scored in the first match. So another man stretchered off the pitch for Adamson. They're now the walking wounded, some cramping up.
Yun talaga sinasabi ni Coach Nolan. Medyo sa physical side of things nga, they have to work on it
Yep.
pa.
Well, Meliza was the first casualty. He had to be subbed out earlier in the first half. Christian Meliza. If you think that's a familiar name, you're right, because he is the younger brother of the star of FEU, Jan Meliza, opting to go to a different school than his kuya. Meanwhile, Diamante, who's in the same school with his brother, Gio and Jello Diamante, are together in the squad.
Ito naman
Alquiros,
Alquiros.
look out, cuts
Great.
back in the middle. Look at his patience.
Pero yun nga lang, you have to ask the ball from Alquiros. Also, his teammates have to ask for it.
Or go near him as well. Medyo malayo sila. Diamante with a chip to the right side to Bustamante. Heading it down, looking for another friend to try and get a shot off. And that was Uy, who's way up top now. Villasin is now back. So mukhang nag-swap itong si Villasin and si Uy. Villasin going back to play defense now, and Uy is up top. So another surprise twist here for Coach Hans Smith, moving his attacker back to a defending position. Medyo umaambo na po. We're feeling the drizzle here. They'll be fine. The players will be fine. The pitch will be fine. It's the commentators who are just under a tent. We need to make sure we don't get wet. Meanwhile, Alquiros getting away here, trying to cross it back in the middle.
We give him a corner.
So he'll get a corner, and he likes corners.
Adamson should show some adjustment here to how they mark their man.
2 corners today from Alquiros have garnered goals for LaSalle, and twice the same person has found the back of the net off the corners. Layumas that scored for them.
So if LaSalle wants to breathe a little bit more, they should
get another goal. Yep. Let's see. Here's that corner kick. Well done. Layumas there with the header.
Just a little bit too under the ball rather than center.
So yung timing na lang ng talon, but it was a good corner kick, well placed in the middle.
Sakto sa ulog. Great position.
And again, walang nakadikit kay Layumas masyado, no? Nakataka siya sa defender niya, which is Orsine there.
That's why it's important to have a lefty, because that ball really meets the player when you're coming from the left side of the field.
Although he also takes the corners on the right side. He takes it on both sides. I guess Coach Hans really likes the way he targets his corners and puts them smack in the middle in scoring position. So the rain is coming. It's pouring now. Although medyo maambon pa lang, and with a bit of a breeze.
Pero kung football player ka, masarap maglaro sa ulan.
Talaga. Pero masarap pa mag-control ng bola.
Kung hindi naman, may maganda naman yung irrigation.
Yes, maganda yung pitch. Maganda irrigation. But if it were like grass pitch and it gets muddy.
Kung sa UST, medyo iba yung story.
Yeah, medyo mahirap na yan. Correct, yeah. Gets some puddles. Here's Villasin with a long free kick. Going straight to Rai. Read that well.
Great power.
Lakas nun. And the clearance by Viray up ahead. Adamson now trying to control and maintain possession, but LaSalle quickly taking it away. Here's Bustamante on the right side. Shifty, stocky guy wearing number 17 for LaSalle. Swings it back now.
Borromeo pass to Alquiros, trying to bring it to the base. And you know, that's where it's really dangerous to get the ball.
Yep.
Cutting back the ball is one of the best ways to convert or score.
And that's what Alquiros has been looking for. The last 3 times he's been there on the left flank.
Kasi hindi mo kailangan ng buelo as a striker or as a forward.
Right.
You just
you can
put
tap
your
it in.
foot, tap it in.
Tap it in.
Or as you're running, run in the goal.
The momentum na lang of running in the goal, exactly.
The thing is, if you're not that skilled, it's hard to bring the ball all the way to the baseline.
Correct. So lumalakas na talagang ulan, and players are going to have to deal with this. Villasin now trying to maintain possession for LaSalle. He does. Releases it to Bustamante up ahead on the right flank. He's got some players in the middle, but little too strong. Hindi niya pinasahan, and he could have crossed it earlier, but he wanted to get closer into the box. He will win possession though for LaSalle. This will be a throw-in for LaSalle. That's a closer look at Bustamante, the substitute who came in as he replaced Montelibano, who as well was a very active guy in the first half. Another substitution here for Coach Hans Smith. Kozumi comes in for Gio Diamante,
who has had a very good game so far.
Yep, very active as well.
So we've got fresh legs for LaSalle.
Dami ng sub ni Coach Hans. Mike Cowley's had 4 substitutions already. And the freshman off the bench, Kozumi, with not a good pass there. Taken away by Adamson, but quickly taken back by LaSalle. Jello Bustamante with a turn in an ambitious shot from way outside that goes up to the trees here in FPU Fern. And it'll be a goal kick for Adamson. Scoreline 3-2. Anybody's ball game at any moment. Could see Adamson with an equalizer here, just what they did in the first half when they were down 1-0 or 1-0.
Great reception from Borromeo.
And there's a pressure from Adamson. Better pressure that they're showing now here in the second half as compared to the first half. They were kind of
and now they're actually reading the game of LaSalle.
Correct. Nakakapag-adjust na sila. They're thinking more rather than just reacting.
And that's why in a lot of sports, there's such a thing as second half teams.
Correct.
Including, let's say, like Ateneo basketball team, for example.
In basketball, marami mga tinatawag nating third quarter teams kasi
yun.
magaling sila mag-adjust at halftime.
Tama.
Pag magandang huddle. And in soccer and football, it happens a lot as well because as you said, halftime is the best chance for the coach to really address the
Make
problems. Yeah.
adjustments.
Throw in here for Adamson. Well, passing it, sending it back. Fair play here by Adamson. Alquiros to the middle. To Diamante, turning. Nobody's marking him. He's got time to
Shift
move
sides.
around. Yep. Here's Borromeo to the right side again to Bustamante. Swings back to the middle. To Jello Diamante. In the middle. Back out to Nieras.
Great passing.
Salle now has 8 men ahead. Crossed by Bustamante. Slow and weak. But not a good clearance yet for Adamson.
Still in LaSalle's possession.
Borromeo swings it back to the left side. Back to the middle. To the new sub. This is the number 6 man, Kuzumi, for LaSalle.
Adamson has to intercept if they don't want a goal created.
Nice 1-2 there between Kuzumi and Alquiros, but the cross was straight to an Adamson defender. And now you're seeing Adamson's defense pack it in the box.
Tama, ang daming white shirt.
Yup. They don't want to make any careless mistake again. Kuzumi winning this ball. Still maintains possession to Alquiros, but that was a little weak. Here's Borromeo in the middle.
Great pass to...
Bustamante on the right side.
He's
Weaving
got to
back
let
in the
go
middle.
of this ball if he doesn't want it to be intercepted.
Dami, no? He tries to get away from 3 defenders. And not a good pass by Nieras. He is disappointed in himself. The co-captain of LaSalle wearing the captain band there. He knew that was a bad
In
touch.
football, though, most coaches would really agree to say that you can't really hold the ball too long.
Too long.
Because
Kung wala,
makukuha din yun.
Kung wala, pass it back. Right? Kasi kung wala siya mapasahan up front, so you should just stop, turn around, look back.
Kaya 11 sila, di ba?
Correct. Dami rin yun. 11 guys. You got 10 friends on the pitch to help you out if you have the ball and nothing going for you. Meanwhile, Adamson here trying to mount an attack. But Jello Diamante taking it away. Here's Chuck Uy, the goal scorer from the first match against UP.
And that's a foul.
Another physical play there, courtesy of
Same man.
same guy for LaSalle, talking about Villasin, number 5, who's back now playing defense. Earlier he was up top as the target man, and he targets the target man.
He really does not mean or intend to hurt. Nakikita mo naman eh, malaki lang.
He's a big dude, he's a big kid. He leveled Pilarca there. Tried to jump from behind him to win the header, but his sheer size just got in the way. Free kick here near midfield for Adamson. This is way right. This is way off target as Orsine went for a healthy one there. So 72 minutes have gone by. Still a 3-2 lead for LaSalle. Probably not what Coach Hans Smith would have expected in terms of handling. He did have some respect for Adamson, of course. He said they're a tough team. He saw what they did against NU. But of course, with the quality of the goals that they gave up, I'm sure he's not happy with that. Here's Adamson again, up ahead, and De Guzman reading this one well, diving for that ball and collecting it. But his kick ahead is to no green shirt, but unfortunately for Adamson, it was last deflected off a white shirt. So back to LaSalle, ang bola. Here's Yap.
They got to put that ball down.
Ramos trying to keep it back in play for LaSalle. Here's Kuzumi, back to LaSalle, to Uy. On the right side, tries to cut back. Well read by Humo. That's Brian Homo, or Humo.
Another corner for LaSalle. They did a quick play.
Bustamante here. Yeah, that was not a corner kick. That was just a short pass. First time they've done that actually today. Now they're going to bring Alquiros in. Go for a corner kick
Or
here.
rather offer.
Yeah, he says,
Or is
I'll
he
get it."
really kicking it
Sabi niya, "Ako na. I got this." So there it is. It just took a while for him to come from the other side. As we've been seeing this all match, Alquiros has
Still
been all
using
over the place.
his left foot, even on the right
Correct.
side. Checking for options. Great kick.
Right to the middle. Keeper did not come out for that one. And Adamson clears this for another corner kick.
Delikado talaga yung height ng ball.
Tama lang, ano? Pwedeng header, pwedeng chest. And then if it crosses, it floats to the second post. Pwedeng volley. Now you're seeing another ploy here, another set piece. You got 5 LaSalle players coming from the outside of the box.
Could even-
Oh, wow. That was going
From
straight.
this angle, it looked like it could have gone in.
I know, almost went in. Looked like he went for the near post there. Chamante cuts back in the middle. Borromeo up top. Swings
Ang
it back
ganda
to
ng
Villasin.
communication nila.
Yeah. Either that or it's just eye contact and familiarity. They're not, screaming or talking much.
Kung baga body language.
Correct. Yeah, and they know their movements. They know what gaps to fill. Talking about LaSalle.
But we have to give it to Adamson. They've been doing great defensively.
Yeah. They don't look like a rookie team. They've been holding their own.
Kasi maganda din that there are a lot of leagues that allow you to practice
Correct.
off the UAAP season.
Healthy shot there by Bustamante. Way beyond the box, trying to catch the keeper off guard. Goal kick para sa Adamson. So 20 matches, is that enough to get a good rhythm? I mean, of course, Coach Nolan was saying he wish he had more. Kasi yung mga kalaban nila, syempre, they've been playing together for years.
Yeah, the more practice games there are, the better. It's really match fitness that a lot
Correct.
of coaches are after.
Iba ba ang fitness sa practice? At iba yung
Oo,
sa
iba
match?
sa match. Tapos,
Okay.
pag nanalo ka, marami ding yung confident boost.
So we got another sub coming in for Adamson. Number 16 will be coming in for number 15. So that's Almacen. And he'll be coming in for number 15 man, which is Yap from the back line.
And when a team has great passes, you also are less tired.
Correct. You don't have to run as much. You can just keep your position on the field.
Build up little by little.
Right. It's a very good point there.
Because when you see the European leagues, you hardly even see contact.
Correct. Kasi ang bilis ng pasahan. Short passing. There's Kuzumi taking the ball away for LaSalle. Tiniera to Alquiros is on the right side now. Okay, now he's here on the right
I
side.
thought it would get easier now that they're on our side.
Yep, he's totally shifted sides once more for Coach Hans Smith. I wonder how he makes those hand signals or those orders na who goes where, or if they're allowed to just go freewheeling on their part, the 4 up top. Here's a shot here by Kuzumi. Weak on the ground there, easily picked up by Viray, who's been a busy man today. He's given up 3 goals, but he's had some very good saves as well. Here's LaSalle looking to the left side, trying to look for Borromeo, who has Bustamante, who's now moved to the left side.
LaSalle's ball, quick play.
Bustamante now on the left side, looking for Jello Diamante up ahead, too strong. This will be a goal kick for LaSalle. We're nearing the 78th minute of this match. 3-2 po ang ating score.
Pagod na mga players.
Pagod na mga players. Tumigil na po ang ulan. It rained a bit, pero at least wala na yung init ng araw. Kanina na medyo na-dehydrate yung ibang players din ng Adamson. Mayroong ilang na-cramp. Mayroong pang bahagyang nahimatay. Pero nagkamalay din ulit after a few moments at nilabas via stretcher by the medic team that's always in standby here. Meanwhile, LaSalle getting the ball back here. Kuzumi looking inside, looking to the middle. Back to Alquiros, who's now in the middle now. Jello Bustamante looking to that was,
Great
wow, nice
lead.
pass to Bustamante.
Kulang na lang sa target pero ang ganda ng
Yeah.
reception.
Beautiful pass as well by Jello Diamante, who has adjusted now. He's moved back down. Kanina, he was the target man. as they played the 4-1-4-1 alignment. Now he is the one who gave that nice pass.
It's a great turn.
Look at this. Beautiful.
Pass to Bustamante.
Muntik na.
Frustration, but hey, it's a great attempt.
You could see it in his face. Bustamante knew how good of a chance he had. It was one of the best chances and best looks he's had all game. Credit to his teammate, Jello Diamante, for the great pass. Bustamante now, again, adjusting to this left side. Adamson kicks this one ahead, and it goes to the Guzman. 79th minute now, nearing the last 10 minutes of this match, with give or take a few minutes of injury time.
Alcaraz with the ball again. Foul
Handball.
called. Yeah.
There's a handball on Alquiros. Adamson quickly putting the ball back in play. And Alquiros there just being very physical defensively, not allowing any easy passing for Adamson, and he draws a foul.
A little bit too much of arm
Oo.
extension.
At may yakap na rin ata yun.
Grabbing him a bit.
Ayan,
There we
there's
go.
the hugging, the tango between Alquiros and
Obstruction.
Espina. So free kick here for Adamson. They're going to put some players in the box. I count 4 on that right side, similar to what LaSalle has done for their corner kicks, trying to make them cut into the front of the goal. 5 players now for Adamson in the box. Here's the free kick, straight to the goal, straight to the Guzman, easily.
Minsan
that.
when you lob the ball too high, you can already read where the ball's going.
Right.
So minsan, mas maganda talaga yung mga drive ball, volley.
Rather than the high looping ones.
Well, sometimes it really depends on the scenario, but when it's direct to the keeper, they all the time to read where the ball's going.
Nice pass to the right side here to Alquiros. He's got time to shoot.
Great
nice pass
pass.
back to Diamante, who opts not to shoot yet, at least. Look at the patience of LaSalle here. Borromeo back to Kozumi, back to Borromeo. Pressure now by de Guzman from Adamson. Cross by LaSalle. Looking for Chuck Uy and Bustamante. Cleared out by Adamson. Not yet out of danger as they lose the ball. But Diamante could not find Uy. And Adamson will lose this to the right side. Throw in para sa LaSalle. Balik kay Kozumi. Alquiros.
Great pass by Alcaraz.
Nice pass. Oop. Funny skip there of that ball. At si Borromeo nagulat siya.
A little bit of hesitation.
Nagulat si Borromeo sa talbog ng bola. He tried to chest it down, no? Pero sometimes when the field is wet, these things happen.
Here's another deadly pass. Great vision, knowing that he wasn't marked.
Mas mabilis, di ba, ang bounce ng ball, Tata, pagka ganitong pitch. At nabasa.
Slippery siya, so
Yes.
really moves quickly.
Goal kick here for Adamson. 82nd minute now, nearing.
Adamson trying to do quick plays to catch up.
They know time is not on their side anymore. They have a chance to tie this up and still go for a draw.
Which is actually a very powerful ending for Adamson if they do draw this
Yeah.
game.
Imagine they had a good showing in their first match, only losing 1-0 or 1-0 lang po ang score nila kontra ang NU sa kanilang unang laro sa season 7-7. After 10 years of absence in men's football, and in fact, it's been an uphill climb talaga for the program of Adamson. Here's a head pass to Chuck Uy, but Viray, the right decision there to come out and clear this one out. Adamson regaining possession. Looking up ahead, but that was not controlled well by Bless Humo, the first. Alquiros on the right side, shifts back to the middle. Tries to pass it in the middle. He had 2 guys. They were confused whether it was Kuzumo or Borromeo to receive that pass. Or Kozumi, rather. Nieras to Borromeo, looking at the right side. He's got Alquiros. It cuts back middle.
Great pass to Alcaraz. This is
Out
going to be a
Alcaraz.
deadly one.
With the right foot, with the cross, that's low. Cleared out by Adamson, but it's not yet out of danger. Borromeo. This one is finally cleared out
cleanly.
Cleanly by Adamson. One of the rare times we say that it's a clean
And that was
clear out.
outside of the foot.
Correct. And a foul here on the big man, Villasin again. Fouling Espino, the target man of Adamson. We have another substitution coming in as number 16 man for
Villamor for Alquiros.
So Alquiros will be given a good rest, a well-deserved rest here. He's done so much today. And number 16, Villamor, will come on in the 84th minute. We got a foul here, so this is a free kick on the left side. LaSalle is not out of the woods. Anything can happen here. This free kick here, nearing the 85th minute. Adamson taking their time. Pagod na rin sila.
Tahimik nga eh.
Yeah.
Yun yung isang sign na patapos na yung game. Medyo.
Yeah. You don't hear them talking much. A two-man wall being set up here with the new man, Villamor and Borromeo. We've got 5 white shirts in the box. Here's the free kick. It's long. Too long. Angle was good, but malakas. So last 5 minutes of the match and give or take a couple of minutes of injury time. If you're LaSalle, Tata, what do you do now to protect this lead?
You still have to play great defense just because anything, as we know in football, anything happens in the last seconds. So just maintain the compact defense that they have. Be responsible on defense. But still, if they want to score, by all means, take advantage.
Right. Remember what happened to NU versus Adamson. It was an 84th minute penalty. That
Baka
sealed the deal.
foul sa loob ng box, di ba?
Just by showing your aggressiveness on attack, you can't draw a foul. Who knows? Speaking of aggressiveness, here comes Salle. Borromeo.
Stumbled a bit.
To the right side to the substitute Villamor. Back to Nieras. Up ahead to Villamor. Nice chip pass. He's got some space.
Great
to
fake.
gather. Cuts back.
Checking his options once again. Not rushing his play. Great possession by LaSalle.
Nice move. Villamor weasels through the defense there. Shot by Kuzumi is deflected. Up ahead, Adamson.
Ito lang yung problema. Wala siyang
Mag-isa lang
kasama.
siya. Oh, and that's a foul there.
Like you were saying.
Foul, pero malayo-layo ito. But looks like we're going to see a first card of the match here. A yellow card given to number 23. That is Brago. So free kick here for Adamson. Time for last few plays here for Adamson. Sending everybody up top now. Everybody but the keeper. And there's 2 guys behind. A long
That's a great
free
kick.
into the box, and Guzman easily gets that. Well read by the keeper. And he rolls it out too strong though. He was looking for Villamor. Humo.
Pero TJ, for both these teams, they both have shown a great deal of teamwork.
Yeah, I agree.
Despite, let's
yep.
say, one player creating goals,
Correct.
you still see what's behind that goal.
Yep. Agree with you on that one. Both these squads have really relied on each other to advance that ball, to go for goals.
Whether it's offensively or defensively.
Correct. Uy, wrestling for the possession. Losing out. Espino takes this one away. Last 2 minutes.
Here we see the wonderful possession again with LaSalle.
Oh, look ahead. Nice pass here to Villamor, but does he have enough speed and
Lacked some gas there.
real estate? Hindi umabot, but nice idea there by Kuzumi to look ahead to Villamor on the right side. He had space, but the ball was a little too strong then.
Ang creative ng LaSalle, no? Ganda ng
Yep,
place.
they've mixed it up. First half, marami sa gitna. Ngayon naman to the flanks. And as well, they've had their scoring opportunities off the corners. 2 goals out of the 3 have come from corner kicks. Goal kick for Adamson. Straight to the middle. This is Pilarca, who is the 2nd goal scorer for Adamson. Ball is alive and it will go out of bounds for Salle. A minute to go, and we don't know yet how much time they're going to add. We have yet to see the other referee to signal the added time. Uy heads it back to Diamante. Cuts back, looks at the right side, finds Villamor streaking down. He's got 2 white shirts around him though. And the pressure defense of De Guzman worked. Takes the ball away, but Villamor not giving up on the ball.
Foul from behind.
Yep, foul from behind there. And it's a yellow card on Villamor.
Adamson not giving up, which is such a great trait about this team.
Yep.
Fighting till the very last minute. You don't see any form of relaxation. Even here, we see how he sprints and tries his best to bring it to their side.
There's a yellow card you can see. With 2 minutes of added time, that's what we hear the referee will be adding.
Great form of sportsmanship as well.
May oras pa itong Adamson kung susubukan pa nilang tumabla and to end with a draw. Remember, a draw gets you 1 point. A win gets you 3 points. And a loss gets you 0. And De Guzman now taking his time. You are granted a few seconds as a keeper to keep that ball in the box before you kick it out.
They just added 2 minutes to the match.
2 minutes extra time, injury time na tayo. Villasin up ahead, looking to Villamor.
Medyo pinapatakbo nila yung mga wingers nila.
Si Villamor kanina pa ito pinapatakbo ng husto ng kanyang mga teammates. Well, buka naman. There is space.
Pero dun
sa
din
right
naman
side.
sa kabila.
Okay.
Left side naman.
Chuck away.
Great cross.
Crossing in inside. Punched out by Viray. Nobody's at the goal. Salle could not find the ball. Tense moment there for Adamson a bit. But Viray is now back to his goal line. Diamante slips inside and slips down. No call. Ball ahead. They're looking for Espina. Headed out by Salle. Probably about 30-40 seconds to go.
Naririnig mo sa sideline, wala nang oras.
Yun na nga eh. So in other words, magmadali na kayo. Don't take your time. Don't walk up to the ball. Headed out again by Salle. Another throw in for Adamson. This might be the last stretch of this game. Villasin's going to clear this one out. Can Chakwe keep it in play? He does. But it's back to Adamson. Trying to go the right side, but
And
nobody there.
The great thing is both teams are still running.
Yeah.
As if there's no time running. You know, there's no clock.
Correct.
Which is great.
I mean, Salle could just sit back.
Yes.
Diba, lamang sila 3-2 eh. They just hold the ball. Pero atake pa rin sila atake. Chris Bustamante looking for Borromeo. Eventually finds Villamor.
It says one thing, they're all fit.
Yep, they are. Definitely. Borromeo cuts back. Naagawan. And it's kicked out for side throw-in para sa Adamson. The ref looks at his watch.
Few more seconds.
Yeah, few more seconds. One last play here.
Salle trying
Borromeo
to just seal the deal.
crossing it here. Humo was able to deflect that, and that's it. Final whistle. Full time. Gutsy performance by the new kids on the block, the Adamson Falcons, but the De La Salle Green Booters showing their poise and their experience, winning this one out 3-2. And we saw a bunch of subs as well come in for both squads.
So both coaches will get to know how their players have fared throughout the match.
Ang dami nilang ginamit na iba't ibang combinations, iba't ibang players.
Great beginning for both teams.
Correct. Well, here's the final score. 3-2 is our score. Tatlo pong goal ang Salle. Sila pong nauna nakapuntos. In the second minute, the Yumas scored off a corner kick. And then Etis tied that game off a mistake from a defensive pass from Salle, and quickly tied things up in the 25th minute. And then Layumas again from the corner, then Chamante getting the third goal. Here's looking at some highlights now.
Alcaraz really creating such wonderful kicks from both flanks, using his left foot that has created so much for LaSalle.
Left and right. There are times he was on the right flank din Tata, di ba? Yun din yung ginagamit niya pampasa sa loob. And Boyte Guzman has been an active keeper today as well. Because there have been times that Adamson has had their attacks. Ito yung pangalawang goal ng Adamson.
It's great to see that Adamson was able to convert in several goals.
2 goals for Adamson. The first 2 goals in UAAP season 77. They were scoreless against NU in their 1-0 loss. But today they scored 2.
Great saves also for Viray.
Well, he was a very busy guy today. Repeated the attack by the defense, by the offense of LaSalle. And very, very entertaining football that we saw today here between LaSalle and Adamson. We'll take a look at some final match statistics. As, you know, in the first half, diba, we saw halos pantay yung ball possession. To our surprise, actually.
47-53%. Ganda nga ng outcome because both coaches pretty much saw what was going to happen and they both proved themselves. The teams both did. And it's nice to leave this match knowing that they can actually, like Adamson can actually penetrate through LaSalle's of a defense.
Correct. I mean, it's good for their confidence that they know that their simple offensive sets can break through even some of the stingiest, most experienced defenses.
And that they shouldn't be taken for granted despite them being a new team.
Absolutely. So, I mean, how would you assess them as a new team? You know, sometimes you forget they're not new. For a bunch of rookies, how would you assess how Adamson did today?
Since, you know, there are a lot of provincial players as well. Some have come from Quezon, some from Mindanao. A lot of them are really hard workers and devoted players. So, you can't take that for granted. That's something you really have to work with and think about. But, as you can see, they also need more build.
Right. Papayat, no?
Oo,
Bata
papayat.
pa kasi. Marami pang freshmen dyan na bata pa talaga. So, here's a look at our full-time match statistics. Tata, ang daming shots din talaga ng LaSalle.
Yep, 15 goals. 15 shots on goal and a 55% possession. But see, Adamson does not, they're not so far behind, which is
not
nice.
so far behind, exactly. But that 6 corners to 1, that's something you don't want to give to LaSalle. If you're going to be playing LaSalle this season, they've got a kid named Nate Alquiros who is deadly from either side. You're better off.
And he's played more than two positions throughout the match.
3 pa nga eh. May minsan gitna, minsan left wing, minsan right wing. So ang daming nagagawa ni Nate Alquiros sa laban na to.
He's hungry.
You don't want to give him corner kicks. All right. Speaking of Alquiros, he is our man of the match. I mean, he did score a goal, but he was responsible for 2 of them. Now, explain as well a little bit more, Tata, why you chose Nate Alquiros as your man
Nate
of the match.
Alcaraz was all over the field and he took responsibility for whatever position he was given or assigned to, which is why I feel sometimes it's not all about the score, the person who scores, but the person who allows the score to happen or the goal to happen.
You know, a lot of thank you should be coming from Layumas. Layumas has to buy Nate dinner tonight. Dinner and breakfast and lunch at least for the next few days because his 2 goals were courtesy of some great corner kicks from Nate Alquiros. Meanwhile, action will resume over the weekend. If you want to catch some of the games of the UAAP, check them out over the weekend. But if you want to watch them on TV again, we will be back on air on Thursday, live on Balls HD, starting at 1 p.m. The UST Growling Tigers will go up against the Ateneo Blue Eagles, a team that had a goal fest in their first match. They won, what, 7-4?
7-4.
7-4 against UE. And in the second match, you will be seeing the NU Bulldogs, who had a 1-0 win, close shave against this new team, Adamson, going up against the UP Fighting Maroons live at 3 p.m. live on Balls HD and on live streaming as well.
ADMU beat UE 4-1.
4-1 pala yun. 7-4 pala was the other game. Okay, well, Nata, thank you so much. A pleasure working with you. That was fun today, and we'll be seeing more of you and Natasha Alquiros and Mariel Benitez and Bob Guerrero and the rest of our team here, bringing you the best collegiate football action right here on ABS-CBN Sports in Action for Season 77 of UAAP Men's Football. I'm TJ Manotok saying thank you so much and join us again next time as we bring you some awesome football right here on ABS-CBN Sports.